All right. Hello and welcome to the second episode of Grinding with Borgman. Grinding with Borgman episode 2. Um, eh, if anybody's tuning in, welcome. If you're seeing this on VOD, thanks for the view. If you're watching this on YouTube, hey, like and subscribe. All that jazz. So today we're getting started. Gonna just be doing our warm-ups, gonna continue that grind, and please join me. I know this is like that awful hour right after lunch for most people. This is the start of my workday, but it's that dragging hour when you're just like flipping a. I just want work to be done. I want to go home. I want to play some Elden Ring. um, you know Whatever. But yeah, so let's go ahead and get started, and thank you again for tuning in. Just two more quick things. Got to make sure things are operating correctly. And away we go. So, um, today I wanted to focus on some poses for some upcoming projects that I'm going to be working on. I have recently got into editing. One second. I got into editing magic cards, so you do like custom card edits and stuff like that. Yeah, I wanted to get to work on some of those um, poses. There is a show coming up soon, and um, I'm purchasing a table at that, and we're gonna go ahead and sell some of those and whatnot. So as per usual, we start at the bottom of the pyramid, get those gestures in. But you know what? I don't want to do those gestures. We gotta do. This is more of a. Well, actually, we're gonna do it. There we go. Then. Go like that. The concept behind this is that the so this is for like if you're familiar with Magic, you've got you know um, different mana, your lands, swamp, mountain, forest, plains, island. So have a couple ideas. So kind of a play on that concept of every man being an island. I just want this like vast expanse uh, with a just stars and whatnot in the background, and just a figure meditating kind of, and for a nice island land. I feel like people are going to really enjoy that. But I also have one. We're going to do like the Capitol building for a swamp, because I feel like regardless of what your beliefs are, we can all agree that things are not above board, uh, regardless of what you believe or who you support. um, but as you can see, we want to really try and like even though this is a pretty static pose, we really want that dynamic movement with that like create that tension in the body. Like this guy's got some good posture. He's got that upside down foot resting in the knee here, keeping in mind our anatomy. And then this. So then that would get a little foreshortened. But see how quickly it develops, you know, like I focused heavily on the gesture drawings portion of the program yesterday. But here we're just we started with the gesture and then we develop a bit. And that's just how quickly, especially when you know, maintain that fluidity, keep the pencil moving and not being precious with the work like we talked about yesterday. But this is helpful for me as I'm, you know. So right now we're creating content while we're also preparing for one of our next projects, and at the same time working on our basics. You know, it's all about efficiency. Get as much done with a single task as you possibly can, right? I have this habit with my heads of making them really large, and the larger the head, the more childlike quality the figure has. So it's just something that you need to keep in mind when you're small heads increase the size of the body, like without any kind of. This dude is a freaking Hulk, you know? Because his head is tiny compared to his body. Especially if we really elongate the limbs. Then this guy's a freaking beefcake. Boom. Doesn't have a neck. His neck protrudes forward. His neck goes like this now. Well, we'll do it right, so that way it doesn't look like, you know, something that can get the channel banned. Boom. Just muscly neck. Alright, then there's that, and then boom, boom. And notice, like, we don't use straight lines. It's all just curved lines. The human body is all curved lines. There's nothing straight on you. Everybody's on a spectrum. No. But yeah, so, you know, I mean, if you even look at, like, if you look straight on at a person with their legs, I mean, most people will think that, like, legs are straight lines, but it's like, it's actually a little offset where, like, your knee is right here, and you'll see it really heavily in people. Like, everybody's a little bow-legged, and yeah, they either are like a little offset one way or the other, your lower legs. But yeah, nothing's straight. Just a collection of penises stacked on top of each other. No. So again, like I said, I'm still on that classical music kick, and yeah, noticing that again. Please excuse me listening to me drink as well. So let's see, and then we want to get some dynamic figures here as well. But just keep working on those. Just keeping it loose, keeping it fluid. Getting the daily warm-ups in. You know. Keep yourself loose and fluid too when you're sitting at your desk. Thinking about damn heroes' graves in Elden Ring that are murdering you over and over again. See that twist in there, you know. And sometimes it's helpful to, like, just create those extra lines to just help you, like, push that movement through, so that way when you're shaping the character, boom, get those delts in there. Delts lead to traps. Biceps hidden. There's the elbow. What's that? Oh, that's a lat muscle. And then this one's extended and stretched. This one's bunched up. It's all bunching, pushing and pulling. Drawing is basically just doing exercise. It's just muscles. Everything is, right? He's a bit over-torqued, so this is now going to be his hiney. He's got a well-defined one. He works out, as everybody should. I think, what was it? Who said it? Like Plato or something? One of the greatest crimes a man can commit is never knowing what his body is capable of. I don't remember. Some philosopher. Look it up. It's a really inspiring quote. But yeah, look at that. Look at how quickly that got fleshed out. And now we have that tension, you know, you feel that. Feel the tension in that. My friends all make fun of me for, well, jokingly make fun of me for I can't stop making sound effects, whether it's a song or... Now I'm just going to hum along to the music. This is just a stream of consciousness stream. Streaming streams of consciousness. Streaming streams, streaming my consciousness. The things that go on in my mind. This is just, you know, yeah, that's constantly having to do. So I have pages of that, and then next to it will be just this like fully rendered kind of garbage drawing, just because I wanted to render something out. I didn't want to keep doing the exercise, and then we don't actually like participate in the exercise as long as we should. I mean, as you can see, I started enjoying shading right down here. I was like, oh, I want to shade this orb now. But we got to get back into the exercise, because we got to do, at least 10 minutes of these gesture drawings. So we're gonna hop back into those. This was a nice little tangent, and also y'all can see how gorgeous. Oh yeah, how beautiful I can shade. Oh, look at those pyrotechnics. Michael Bay would be proud. If you couldn't hear some of the stuff I was saying in the last episode, because I'm still dialing in the sound and the music. In fact, actually, I think this needs to go down just a skosh. This song is louder than the other ones. But anyways, then you'd know that I was talking about shading and the final elements of the render, and how that is the coating. It's the shiny. It's the gilding on the structure of the drawing, and it can't save a drawing. All it can do is just make gilded poop, and I equated it to movies, but also because I got ice cream on the mind, thinking of it as a sundae. I mean, would you call whipped cream with sprinkles and a cherry a sundae? No, you're missing the ice cream. You're missing the hot fudge. You're missing all the good stuff, all the things that I want to be eating for lunch. Swanky D. But anyways, okay. So back to our timer. Let's hop back into it. So our timer's on 12, so we're gonna just skip this one. Well, no, we'll just. Oh my god, the timer! Why? Okay, so there's that timer. All right, next up. I also had revealed how much I've been watching the old Spider-Mans. So, you want to see some poses with tension, some great, study some of the Marvel artists, and you can see the gesture drawing underneath their, finished work, because just how much tension is in a single, how much movement is in a single pose. And that's something to admire, because, there's the old adage, picture paints 1,000 words, or picture speaks 1,000 words, whatever they say. I like paints. But anyways, that's something to, if you can get more than 1,000 words out of it, I feel like that's a really good piece of art. I really like to tell a lot more of a story in my finished works than I see. I don't like stagnation, I don't like I like action. So in my drawings, there will be a lot of generally multiple characters, and they will be interacting in some way, shape, or form. Generally hostilely, with some hostility towards each other. But yeah, it's the more you can get, the more I like it. I was scolded often in school for that. I would, try and fit too much into a paint, and I'm still definitely guilty of it. I still think everything's important and don't like to leave it out. So that comes back to bite me a lot, because everything's fighting for attention. Then, you need focal points. You need focused action. Um, but still, I like to have action at the very least, rather than like. I mean, they are the greats. They are the greatest. But like Sunday afternoon in the park, like there's a lot going on. There's a lot of people, but there's not a lot going on. If you think about like everybody's in a semi-recumbent resting position, they're all kind of very passive in their energy, like in that um, potential energy, because like that's the whole point, that like that's the whole reason we're doing these. Like this is this this right here. This is all potential energy. Like it's a moment frozen in time, but you feel the weight of something coming into whatever he's No, you influencing other people's lives in a positive way does not go away. There you go. Look at that. We got a little heartfelt message of hope here in the midst of this chaos that is my new stream. Eventually, I would love to get some other people on here and have back and forths while I do this. You know, they can talk about anything, and we'll just riff. So, you know, if there's anything anybody ever wants to talk about, oh, hey, not a problem there, XO. Things fall over all the time, you know. We were just discussing the apathetic nature of the universe and our own accomplishments within it. So, you know, it's all good. But welcome. We're in the middle of doing just a bunch of gesture drawings. Look at all these gesture drawings we got in. You know, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, tangent, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So, you know, we did about 6 minutes of gesture drawings, but that's fantastic. Yeah, so anyways, now let's progress a little beyond the gesture drawings and stuff, because I do need to, you know, be practicing my rendering. Tomorrow we'll probably practice color and stuff like that to warm up, because I got to finish this oil painting that I'm working on. And color theory is, you know, color mixing, color theory, all that jazz is frustrating. No, it's fun. Yeah, anyways. So let's go ahead and just get a nice rendered hand going. We've been, maybe a face too. Yeah, we'll do a hand. We did a face yesterday, but like not a good face, you know? We were just kind of like dicking around, screwing around. Again, see, new to the streaming. Got to get better at the whole not using potty mouths. But so if we're starting with a hand, I'm starting with a box. Kind of, honestly, kind of like the front of the Imperial shuttles in Star Wars, you know? The cockpit of the Imperial shuttle, if you will. That's kind of the shape, though. It's, you know, just a bit of a warped box that you want to start with. Wrist connects here, but this is our box. Boom, we're going to put knuckle, 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 knuckle. And then shooting off from the side, because we got to include that webbing. So shooting off from the side is your thumb bone. Your thumb actually has 3 bones. You just don't, it just comes directly from the wrist. Like, your thumb has the same number of bones and same bone structure as your other fingers, but because it comes directly off of like the grouping of wrist bones, people are like, no, it's not a finger. Listen, it's a damn finger, okay? It's got everything that fingers have. Because this is the bone that we don't see separated right here, you know? And this is going right back to things that you should learn alongside drawing, biology and physics. And also, why working out as an artist is nice, because the more defined your own musculature gets, the less you need to look up reference material, because then you can just, you know, contort yourself around, get a nice mirror, get really vain, basically, is what I'm saying. Think that you are better than everybody else. No, just try and be the sexiest version of yourself you can, and then, you know, you'll want to draw better, because you want to perceive. But look at that. So then it's just cylinders after that. So it's like we made our box, then it's just cylinders. Boom, there's one cylinder. That cylinder we're not even really going to see. This one right here. It's hidden. And then we'll just see the tip of this one. And then right there. And then we're not even going to see that. And actually, that will round down because when you have your hand like in that in a pose like this, where you're kind of like I would say lazily reaching for something, and it's a bit of a strange angle, but it actually makes your middle and index knuckles far more pronounced, and then it rounds down your ring finger and pinky. But yeah, so there we go. Boom, boom. And then watch how this all just starts coming together as we, now that we have our structure. We're just gonna erase out these trash lines. Also, you know, what a lot of people do is, you know, you just drop the opacity on this, increase the opacity on this, and then we'll just, are we gonna do this in pen? Let's do it in pen. Let's be those people. Let's be bold. Let's leave our mark on this universe. And then really pronounced there. We're gonna see that. I mean, granted, we cranked the stabilization up to 100, so like that's why we're able to get nice smooth lines. Tinkering with your stabilization, very important, folks. Very, very important. Because I don't have the best tablet. I would love. By the way, I'm working on a Huion Canvas. Fantastic machine for the price. Mine is about 6 years old. Wacom, you know, they're definitely like the leader, but if you can't afford a Wacom, go ahead and get a Huion, because they are magnificent as well. They do everything you need them to. And actually, I didn't like that line. I want this to come right off of there, like that, because this is really the tendon line. So we don't want to connect it, but it is definitely there. And then, oh, and you're gonna start hearing some of those patented Borgman sound effects. They come out all the time when I'm drawing. In fact, it's... Oh, do I have... Ugh. Alright, well. We didn't make it a vector layer, but anyways. Bum, 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 bum. So this is something my tattoo mentor constantly told me. He was like, rotate the client, not yourself. Stop contorting your body. Rotate the page rather than trying to get a nice line. And, you know, goes back to that whole just making things work for you. Oh, switch to pencil there. Sorry, everybody. The one thing we don't like is that line right there. There we go. Oh, this is looking a little rugged here. We're gonna just get rid of these. I don't like these lines. And this is not rounded out enough. See, like, that's what I mean. Like, this really comes down. Like, I was showing too much, even. but these tendons don't show. So actually, this is like a really weak line drawing. I'm not liking it too much. Yeah, it's we got some issues here. One of the joys of working in digitally, though, anything you don't like can easily fix. And again, we're not getting precious. We don't care. We don't care about this drawing. In fact, if you are an artist, go ahead and put all your time and energy into something and then set it on fire. just once. Just do it once as an exercise for yourself to, safely set it on fire. I'm not saying that people should be. So we still needed to develop this a bit. But there we go. This is starting to, now we're getting somewhere. See? Don't be precious. Everything you do is garbage. Accept that truth, and you'll be amazing at everything. But the not being precious thing is very tough for me. It's something I'm constantly struggling with, because I don't like feeling like I'm wasting my time, but if you're practicing something, you're not wasting your time. And also, if you're enjoying yourself, you're not wasting your time. So, focus on enjoying what you're doing rather than, like, the outcome. And you'll ultimately get much better, much faster, because you won't be concerned with how it looks and what people think of it and stuff, because you're just kind of enjoying what you're doing regardless of the outcome. My fiance is actually a fantastic artist herself. Not that she, hopefully I'm better since I'm trying to do it as a career. But regardless, she really just focuses on she just enjoys it and just enjoy it. Like, she'll just take. Some nights she'll be like, "Oh, do you want to paint with me?" And I'm like, "No, that's like my job. I don't want to." And that's a bad thing for me to say. I can't be having that attitude about it, because it shouldn't be a job. If I'm doing this, it shouldn't be a job. It should be something that I enjoy. That, hey, hopefully I'll end up supporting, and I end up making a living on, so I can continue to do it and enjoy it. We're getting into some life advice type shit, right? Or type stuff. Damn it. Darn it. See this? This is the problem. I gotta get trained from my friend who doesn't swear. We, try and get him to swear. And man, is it a joy when he does, but I think I've heard like 2 in, 20 years. We're getting old, boys. Time is flying. I still feel like I'm in my 20s. It's an issue. My brother talks to me about non-taxable interest rate-based investment opportunities through the government and stuff, and I'm like, what? I got $1. The starving artist becomes less romantic the older you get. Oh, see, now we're just doing like some weird hatch shading because I'm getting lost in what I'm doing, which is a good thing, but I'm also not focusing on the task at hand. Um, but that's the whole point, to show everybody that, or to have you folks join me and, we all go through the daily grind of what we're doing together. Since I'm doing my warm-up exercises, I'm not doing the finished pieces. I'm not doing the all the fun stuff. Although this is always fun. And you may be doing data inputs and not doing the fun stuff, or God, if you're a librarian, is there any fun stuff? Shelving books? I don't know. Although the librarians are the ones that are going after our former president in Mar-a-Lago. So I'm guessing if you get to the high enough echelon of being a librarian, then eventually you're basically like a librarian FBI agent, or like there was actually a series of movies, The Librarians, where they like when it was like National Treasure meets Tomb Raider with librarians as the heroes and heroines. I'm gonna switch to pencil. Now we're gonna do some shading. Now we're gonna Michael Bay this sitch because I want to. Because we're winding down, getting towards the end of the hour. And shading is fun. That's why everybody wants to do it all the time. And that's why everybody jumps the gun on when they should be shading. And shading is a very important, tonal shifts are very important for like aiding in creating the structure of a drawing. But I mean, if we had done the original hand, if we had started shading the original hand, it would have just been a gilded pile of poop. This hand is structured well enough that I feel like I can shade it, and it's not going to be, a misrepresentation of a hand, a well shaded misrepresentation of a hand. And that's kind of the point. The point we've been making, that's been the point of the episode. That's the thesis. That's how it's written. All right, what's the next song coming up? Oh, hey, thank you very much, Goat. Hey, you gotta start with stick hands. That's what we've been talking about. Oh, sorry, I have been missing the chat, folks. I am getting new to this. All the flabby, overweight art styles you're missing out on. I know. I need to get Lazy Susans. That would be really easy. Just spin them around when you need to. But yeah, no. Goat. Getting back to you. Yeah, no. Stick hands. That's what the whole thing's about. You gotta start with the sticks. You always start with the sticks, and that's how you make things better. What did? Oh no. Yes, we gotta continue. There we go. Oh. A little wedding music for y'all. I just wanted classical. I had been talking about my classical kick last episode because I went traveling and I didn't have time to watch a movie on my JetBlue flight, so I put on classic music and I was like, dang, this stuff is great. You feel so much emotion when you're listening to it without any vocals, without anybody telling you how to feel. You just feel emotion when you're listening to classical music. That's what's awesome about it. Oh, switch to pen. Yeah. Like, it's free thought music rather than, like, my dog ran away and I'm sad and you should be sad too because this song is letting you know that you should be sad by the lyrics. You know, none of that stuff. Haha, saved myself there. We're getting better. We're getting better. Episode 3, we might not swear at all. Think about that. Oh, dang. I am the kind of person who likes to do this. I'll talk about it every time I can. Reductive shading. Oh, it's my favorite. It's when you shade and then you go in and you erase to create definition within some of the artists who do like super highly detailed rendered like charcoal drawings and stuff. They will do they'll just like shave off some or like grind down their graphite and then use a paintbrush or a light brush with the graphite and brush in the details and stuff and some of the shadows. But I'm not using a great pencil for this. This pencil brush is a little static in its it's because I'm not. I gotta reduce the brush density. There we go. Allow it some build up rather than just have it lay down a huge swath of material each time. But that's the other thing people forget with like shading and stuff is the tonal shifts, where it's like, okay, say a person has not the whitest skin, because like if somebody has like, you know, no pigmentation in their skin, then yeah, like they can have actual white just as part of their tone. But most people, like if you're drawing a person, there is only going to be the barest amount of white in the render that you make of them because there is so much variation to our skin tone throughout. So it's like what I should be doing. What I should be doing is like this and kind of getting the whole thing toned up. And then just really dialing it back. Like this. Because it's like you are always going to have everything's gray. You know, there's no black and white unless you're in a comic book. So many lessons from art can just, you know, they're philosophy lessons too, right? There is no black and white. Everything's grays. You know? Order and chaos. Tension and rest. But, you know, see, there we go. And then we're creating all the different planes. And then we got a couple highlights in the folds of the skin here. Maybe some scar tissue. Boom. Hit that nail bed. Your nails are going to reflect light differently than the rest of you. Just kind of carve that out just a little bit. Whoop. What is the hand lazily grabbing at? It's grabbing at... Man, it's grabbing at a Smash Bros. Controller because it has to freaking fight one of my buddies who refuses to lose. He, you know... He's only autistic when he's playing Smash Brothers, in fact. You know, everybody's autistic. That's not me dogging on autistic people. We're all on the spectrum, okay? But yeah, his only shows when he's about to lose a game of Smash Bros. And this hand is resignedly reaching for that controller because, man, he's gotta win. Gotta win at least one, you know? Anyways, yeah, so there you go. There's our hand. We'll just, you know, we gotta fill this in a bit more. Boop, 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 boop. And as, you know, just like with our drawings, you know, at the start of this stream, we're really starting out with the gestures, some free flow, just, you know, tangent lines, things like that. But as time progresses, I know that things will get more structured, things will get tighter, there will be less swearing, and who knows, we even get some guests on who will want to shoot the you-know-what with me while we all go through our daily grind. So thank you, keep up the hard work, and you know, keep working on the fundamentals and you're gonna master everything you do. So thank you so much for tuning in, and have a great day, everybody. Subscribe if you feel like it. These videos also get posted on YouTube. So thank you so much, and love each other, because, you know, positive influence is the only thing we leave behind in the universe. Peace out.